That banana you grabbed this morning at your local grocery store. You peeled it, you ate it, you did not think twice. But what if I told you that behind the bright yellow skin and the cheerful displays, inspectors have found things that would make you put that banana down and never pick one up from that store again? We looked at 11 major grocery chains across the United States, and the number one store on this list, the one that markets itself as clean, fresh, and trustworthy. What inspectors found behind the scenes there is the worst on this entire list. It is a name almost every senior in America trusts, and by the end of this video, you will know exactly which store it is. We also found 2 stores that actually passed every single safety check, but you will only find out which ones those are at the very end. So stay with me. Coming in at number 11, we have got Food Lion. Food Lion has built its reputation on being the affordable neighborhood grocery store, the kind of place you trust because you have been shopping there for years. Their marketing talks about fresh produce and quality you can count on. But here is what customers and health inspectors have actually found. In multiple locations across the Southeast, inspectors documented fruit fly infestations hovering directly above the banana displays, not in the back storage room, right there where you reach your hand in and grab a bunch. Customers have reported pulling bananas off the rack only to find a brown, slimy residue coating the bottom of the bunch. That residue is decomposed banana matter mixed with moisture. It is a breeding ground for bacteria. In one North Carolina location, inspectors noted that the produce storage area had temperature control failures logged over multiple weeks. Bananas were sitting in conditions that accelerated bacterial growth long before they ever hit the shelf. Now, here is why this matters to you specifically. If you are a senior managing kidney health, bananas are already a food you have to be careful with because of their potassium content. But when bananas are stored improperly and start to break down, the bacterial load on the skin increases dramatically. You touch that banana, you peel it with your bare hands, and whatever was growing on that skin is now on your fingers and transferring to the fruit you are about to eat. For someone on ACE inhibitors or potassium-sparing blood pressure medications, that bacterial exposure on top of the potassium content is a compounding risk your doctor never warned you about. Picture this. You walk up to the banana display at your local Food Lion. The overhead light makes everything look fine, but lean in closer. There is a faint sour smell, not strong enough to make you walk away, just enough to register in the back of your mind. You pick up a bunch and your thumb presses into the bottom banana. It is soft, too soft, and there is a sticky film on the skin that was not there when you picked up bananas last week. That is not ripeness. That is decay. And the fruit sitting right next to those bananas. The apples, the pears, visible mold on their skins. Mold spores travel. They do not stay on one piece of fruit. They spread. And your bananas have been sitting inches away from that mold for days. Health inspection records from the FDA's public database show that Food Lion locations have received repeated citations for produce handling violations over the past several years. These are not one-off incidents. They are patterns. Coming in at number 10, we have got Kroger. Kroger is one of the largest grocery chains in the United States. They spend millions on advertising that talks about farm-fresh produce and hand-selected quality. Their commercials show farmers in green fields, sunlight on perfect fruit. It paints a picture of care and quality from the field to your kitchen. But here is the reality. Investigations into Kroger's supply chain have revealed that bananas in some locations sit in hot backroom storage areas for days before they ever make it to the display shelf. We are talking about rooms with inconsistent temperature control where produce bakes under warehouse lighting. And then there is the pesticide issue. A study published by the Environmental Working Group found that conventionally grown bananas can carry measurable levels of pesticide residue on their skins. While bananas are not on the dirty dozen list, the specific pesticides used on banana crops, including chlorpyrifos, have raised serious health concerns. The USDA's own pesticide data program has confirmed detectable pesticide residues on banana samples tested across major retail chains. Now for seniors, this is not just an abstract chemical concern. If you are on blood thinners like warfarin, or if you take heart medication, pesticide residue is a compounding variable your body has to process. Your liver is already working overtime to metabolize your prescriptions. Adding chemical residue from improperly handled produce is like asking your body to fight a war on 2 fronts. You pick up a banana at Kroger. It looks fine on the outside, maybe even perfectly yellow, but press your nose close to the skin. There is a faint, waxy, chemical smell. Not the natural sweetness of a ripe banana. Something sharper, more artificial. You peel it open and the flesh inside is mealy. Brown spots thread through the center. The texture is grainy against your tongue instead of smooth and creamy. That banana sat in a hot back room far longer than it should have. And the skin you just peeled with your bare hands carried whatever residue came with it from the supply chain. According to data from the FDA, large retail grocery chains account for a significant portion of produce-related violation notices each year. Kroger, with over 2,700 stores nationwide, is not exempt from that pattern. If you want to stay ahead of hidden grocery store risks and protect your health, hit subscribe now so you never miss the facts that matter. Because what is coming next on this list gets worse, much worse. Coming in at number 9, we have got Safeway. Safeway markets itself as your neighborhood store with a quality guarantee. They even have programs that promise freshness on their produce or your money back. Sounds reassuring, right? But here is what that guarantee does not cover. Inspectors in several Western states have documented issues with Safeway's banana handling that go far beyond a bruised piece of fruit. In one California location, a health inspection report noted bananas displayed with visible puncture marks, tiny holes in the skin caused by pests during storage. Those puncture marks are entry points for bacteria. Every single hole is a doorway for microorganisms to get inside the fruit before you ever peel it. Now, if you are a senior taking ACE inhibitors or managing chronic kidney disease, your doctor has probably told you to watch your potassium. What your doctor may not have told you is that when a banana starts to spoil from the inside out, the potassium concentration in the decaying portions actually changes. You might be tracking your potassium intake carefully, eating one banana a day as part of your plan. But if that banana is compromised, the numbers you think you are managing could be off. And for someone whose kidneys are already struggling to filter excess potassium, that margin of error matters. Imagine reaching into the banana bin at Safeway. You pull out a bunch and feel something wet on your fingers. You look down and there is sticky juice pooling at the bottom of the display. Not water, not condensation. Banana juice from fruit that has been sitting there so long it has started to break down and leak. You wipe your hand on your pants and grab a different bunch, but the damage is already done. That liquid has been in contact with every bunch in that bin, but this is nothing compared to what we found at number 5. That one involves something you would never expect from a store that big, eh? Trust me. Keep watching. Coming in at number 8, we have got Whole Foods. Now this one is going to sting. Whole Foods has built its entire brand on being the premium, health-conscious grocery store. Organic everything, clean labels, a store you walk into and feel good about shopping at. They charge premium prices and in return, you expect premium quality. But here is what the data actually shows. The USDA has documented that organic mislabeling in the retail grocery sector affects up to 8% of products on shelves at any given time. That means roughly 1 in every 12 items labeled organic may not actually be organic. And Whole Foods is not immune. There have been documented cases where conventional bananas were found in organic banana displays at Whole Foods locations. Same yellow banana, same look, same feel, but without the organic certification that you are paying almost double for. Walk up to the banana display at Whole Foods. Look closely at the organic bin and the conventional bin side by side. The bananas look identical. Same size, same color, same country of origin sticker. Now try peeling the organic sticker off. In some cases, customers have reported that those organic stickers peel off suspiciously easily, almost like they were applied by hand at the store level rather than at the certified packing facility. For seniors, this is a health betrayal that hits your wallet and your body at the same time. You are paying Whole Foods prices because you believe you are avoiding the pesticide exposure that your doctor warned you about. You are choosing organic because you are on heart medication, and you do not want chemical residue adding stress to your system. But if that banana is not actually organic, you are getting the same pesticide exposure as the discount store down the street. You are just paying twice as much for it. Does not it make you wonder why a store that charges premium prices for its produce fails the same inspections as budget competitors? Why are you paying more if the result is the same? Think about that for a moment. Now here is something important. There is actually a way to protect yourself from every single store on this list. Most people have no idea it exists. It is simple. It takes seconds, and we will break it down at the very end of this video. So do not go anywhere. Coming in at number 7, we have got Walmart. Walmart is the largest grocery retailer in the United States. They serve millions of customers every single day. Their entire model is built on low prices and high volume. And that is the problem. When you are moving that much product that fast, quality control suffers. Former Walmart employees have spoken publicly about banana stock rotation issues. Bananas that do not sell fast enough are pulled from one display and repackaged or moved to another section of the store. The bakery, the deli, sliced up for fruit trays. The banana itself might be days older than anything freshly stocked. And no one tells you. When bananas sit at room temperature for extended periods, the risk of bacterial growth skyrockets. We are talking about E. coli and Listeria. For a healthy 30-year-old, exposure might mean a stomach ache. For a senior with a weakened immune system, Listeria can be life-threatening. It can lead to hospitalization, blood infections, and in severe cases, it is fatal. Pick up a banana at Walmart. Hold it in your hand. Does it feel warm? Not cool and firm, the way a properly stored banana should. Warm and slightly soft. Bring it close to your face. There is a faint, fermented smell, like overripe fruit that has been sitting in the sun. That smell is bacterial activity. It means the banana has crossed the line from ripe to risky. Now, there are two stores that actually got their banana handling right. Every test, every inspection, clean across the board. We will get to them, but not yet. Coming in at number 6, we have got Publix. Publix calls itself the place where shopping is a pleasure. They are beloved across the Southeast. Family-owned, community-focused, the kind of store where employees greet you by name. It feels safe. It feels trustworthy. But pleasure and safety are not the same thing. Health inspectors in Florida have documented pest issues in Publix produce storage areas. We are talking about fruit flies. Not just a few. Swarms near banana storage, and if the flies are in the back, they are in the front too. You have seen them. Those tiny flies hovering near the banana display. You wave them away and grab your bunch, but those flies have been landing on every banana in that bin. They land, they feed, they lay eggs, and you take that banana home. Inspectors also flagged improper refrigeration logs at several Publix locations. The produce storage rooms were not maintaining consistent temperatures. For bananas, temperature abuse means accelerated ripening, which means accelerated bacterial growth. If you are a senior on immunosuppressant medication, your body does not fight bacteria the way it used to. A healthy person's immune system might handle a small dose of contamination without symptoms. Yours cannot afford to. Imagine pulling a bunch of bananas off the Publix display. You set them on the counter at home and notice a thin layer of sticky film on the bottom of the bunch. You did not see it in the store. The lighting made everything look clean. But now, under your kitchen light, you can see it. And you can feel it. A tacky residue that clings to your fingertips. That film is the remnant of decomposition from bananas that sat in that same spot before yours. It was never cleaned. Layer after layer, bunch after bunch. And you just brought it into your kitchen. Coming in at number 5, we have got Aldi. Remember earlier when I said number 5 would involve something you would never expect from a store that big? Here it is. Aldi has exploded in popularity across the United States. Budget-friendly, no frills, efficient. Seniors love Aldi because it keeps grocery costs down. But Aldi's banana supply chain hides something most shoppers have never considered: chemical ripening. Most bananas sold in the United States are picked green and shipped thousands of miles. They are ripened artificially using ethylene gas in controlled ripening rooms. This is standard industry practice. But the question is, how much ethylene and under what conditions? Reports have surfaced about Aldi suppliers using aggressive ethylene gas treatments to ripen bananas faster to keep up with the chain's rapid turnover model. The result is bananas that go from green to spotted brown in 24 hours on your counter. That is not natural ripening. That is a chemical reaction pushed to its limit. For seniors with respiratory issues, asthma, or COPD, ethylene gas residue on banana skins is an irritant. You peel that banana near your face. You inhale, and traces of the gas interact with already compromised airways. For those on beta blockers, which are commonly prescribed for heart conditions, chemical residue from aggressive ripening practices adds another variable your body has to process on top of your medication. Stand near the banana display at Aldi. Lean in. There is a sweetness in the air, but it is not the warm, natural sweetness of ripe fruit. It is sharper, almost chemical, artificial, like a banana-flavored candle rather than an actual banana. You take a bunch home. Monday, they are green. Tuesday morning, they are yellow. By Wednesday, they are covered in brown spots and going soft. That speed is not nature. That is chemistry. The USDA has issued guidance on ethylene use in commercial fruit ripening, noting that improper application can leave residue levels above recommended thresholds. If you think chemical ripening is bad, wait until you hear what the #1 store on this list was caught doing. That one changed the way we look at bananas entirely. Coming in at number 4, we have got Target. Target has leaned hard into its grocery expansion over the past decade. Their stores are bright, clean, and modern. They market their Good and Gather brand as a fresh, wholesome alternative. You see the packaging, the earth tones, the clean fonts. It screams health conscious. But here is the issue with Target's banana sourcing. Target relies on a complex web of third-party suppliers, and some of those suppliers have been flagged for contamination issues and questionable sourcing practices. When you buy a banana at Target, the country of origin label might say Guatemala, Ecuador, or Costa Rica, but the journey that banana took from the tree to Target's shelf passed through multiple hands, multiple warehouses, and multiple temperature zones. Each transfer point is a risk. For seniors managing multiple prescriptions, unknown sourcing is a real danger. You do not know what pesticide cocktail was used on that specific banana from that specific farm in that specific country. And when you are on 3 or 4 or 5 medications, chemical interactions become unpredictable. Your pharmacist can warn you about drug-to-drug interactions, but nobody is warning you about drug-to-pesticide interactions. Pick up a banana at Target. Look at the sticker. Can you read it clearly? In many cases, the stickers are faded, smudged, hard to make out. Now look at the bunch itself. Some bananas in the same bunch are bright yellow. Others are tinged with green. One might already have brown spots. That inconsistency tells you something. That bunch was not picked at the same time or stored under the same conditions. Old stock mixed with new, sorted poorly, rushed to the shelf. Why are grocery stores allowed to sell produce from suppliers that have been flagged and fined? Why is the system designed to protect the profits of these massive corporations instead of protecting the people who shop there? It is a question worth asking, and it is one nobody in the industry wants to answer. We are getting close to the worst offenders now, and the number one pick is going to surprise you, I promise you that. But here is the thing. There is a fix for all of this, and it is simpler than you think. Stick with me until the very end, because that is where we break it all down. Coming in at number 3, we have got Costco. Costco is a membership-based warehouse club that has earned fierce loyalty from its customers. They advertise quality in bulk. Their Kirkland brand is trusted by millions, and their produce section looks impressive. Mountains of bananas, bright, yellow, stacked high, but volume creates its own problems. In warehouse-style environments, produce cross-contamination is a documented risk. The USDA estimates that cross-contamination in retail produce sections contributes to roughly 48 million cases of foodborne illness in the United States each year. Seniors account for a disproportionate share of hospitalizations from those illnesses. At Costco, bananas sit in open displays next to other produce. Wet lettuce, leaking berry containers, condensation dripping from overhead cooling units directly onto open banana bunches. That moisture is not clean water. It carries bacteria from every surface it has touched on the way down. For seniors with compromised gut health, which includes anyone taking proton pump inhibitors for acid reflux or antibiotics that disrupt gut flora, that bacterial exposure can trigger severe gastrointestinal distress. Salmonella, Listeria, E. coli. These are not hypothetical risks. They are documented realities in high-volume produce environments. You are standing at the Costco banana display. You reach for a bunch near the bottom of the pile. Your hand touches something damp. The banana skin feels slick, not the waxy smoothness of a fresh banana. A wet, slightly slimy texture. You look up. Condensation is beating on the metal shelf above. A drop falls and lands on the bunch you are holding. You put it in your cart anyway because it looks fine on the outside. But what you cannot see is what is already growing on that skin. And when you peel it at home, your fingers transfer everything from the outside to the fruit you put in your mouth. Coming in at number 2, we have got Sam's Club. Sam's Club, like Costco, operates on the bulk warehouse model. You save money by buying more. But here is what that savings can cost you. Sam's Club banana pallets have been documented sitting on loading docks during temperature fluctuations. Hot summer days where the dock temperature exceeds 90 degrees, then moved into cooled storage, then back out to the floor. That cycle of hot and cold creates condensation inside the banana boxes. And condensation breeds mold. Not the kind of mold you see on the outside of the banana as brown spots. We are talking about mold spores in the air around the pallets. Microscopic, invisible, but very real. For seniors with COPD, asthma, or congestive heart failure, inhaling mold spores is a serious respiratory threat. It can trigger bronchospasms. It can worsen chronic cough. It can land you in the emergency room. Walk past the banana pallets at Sam's Club. Take a deep breath. There is a musty smell. Damp cardboard and something earthy underneath it. That is mold. You might not see it, but you are breathing it in. And the bananas sitting in those boxes have been absorbing those spores through their skins. You take them home. You set them on your counter. And those tiny dark spots you see forming the next day, those are not just ripening marks. Some of them are mold entry points, microscopic colonies that started growing in that damp warehouse air. And now, the #1 store you should never buy bananas from. This is the one that shocked us the most, and it is a name almost every senior in America trusts. Coming in at #1, Trader Joe's. This is the store that shocked us more than any other on this list. Trader Joe's has built an empire on trust. Quirky branding, friendly employees in Hawaiian shirts, a neighborhood feel that makes you believe every product on those shelves was hand-selected with your health in mind. Seniors adore Trader Joe's. It feels like the anti-corporate grocery store, the one that actually cares. But what inspectors found behind that friendly facade tells a very different story. Trader Joe's has been at the center of multiple produce recalls over the past several years. Their banana sourcing, which they keep deliberately opaque, has raised red flags with food safety advocates. Unlike stores that disclose their supply chain, Trader Joe's operates under a private label model that makes it nearly impossible for consumers to trace where their bananas actually come from. And when you cannot trace the source, you cannot verify the safety. FDA inspection reports from Trader Joe's distribution centers have documented temperature control failures in produce storage. Bananas stored alongside other fruits and vegetables in conditions that did not meet federal cold chain guidelines. Cross-contamination risks compounded by a system designed for speed and cost efficiency rather than consumer safety. For seniors, this betrayal hits on every level. If you are managing kidney disease, the potassium in a contaminated banana is a double threat. The potassium itself stresses your kidneys, and the bacteria riding along with it attacks a system that is already vulnerable. If you are on blood pressure medication, the chemical residue from an untraceable supply chain adds unknown variables to your carefully managed treatment plan. If you are diabetic, a banana that was chemically ripened and improperly stored may have a different glycemic impact than the one your nutritionist planned around. And if you are on immunosuppressant drugs, every bacterium on that banana skin is a potential infection your body cannot fight. The Centers for Disease Control estimates that adults over 65 are 4 times more likely to be hospitalized from foodborne illness than younger adults. 4 times. And Trader Joe's, the store you trusted the most, has the worst combination of untraceable sourcing, documented storage failures, and recall history on this entire list. Imagine standing in Trader Joe's. The store smells pleasant. There is a warmth to it. You walk to the banana display. They look perfect. Bright yellow, uniform, almost too perfect. You pick up a bunch and it feels right, cool, firm, clean. But what you cannot see is where that banana has been, what warehouse it sat in, what temperature swings it endured, what chemicals were used to make it look this perfect, and what is living on that skin beneath the cheerful yellow surface. That is the betrayal, not what you can see, what you cannot. Now, remember when I said there were 2 stores that actually passed every single test? Here they are. The first actual safe option is Wegmans. Wegmans has consistently ranked at the top of grocery store safety assessments. Their produce handling protocols include documented cold chain integrity from warehouse to shelf. Wegmans sources bananas from suppliers with third-party safety certifications and maintains temperature logs that are audited regularly. Their employees receive dedicated produce handling training that exceeds industry standards. For seniors who need to trust that the banana they are buying was stored properly, handled carefully, and sourced transparently, Wegmans delivers on that promise. The second recommendation is H-E-B. H-E-B, primarily operating in Texas, has earned a reputation for produce quality that goes beyond marketing. Their banana sourcing program includes direct farm partnerships with full traceability from harvest to shelf. H-E-B conducts independent third-party testing on produce shipments, and their inspection pass rates consistently exceed national averages. They also maintain some of the strictest temperature control protocols in the retail grocery industry. For seniors managing complex health conditions, HEB provides the transparency and safety verification that every grocery store should offer, but most do not. And here is the simple thing you can do to protect yourself no matter where you shop. First, always wash your bananas before you peel them. Yes, wash them, even though you do not eat the skin. Everything on the outside of that banana transfers to the fruit the moment you peel it with your bare hands. Use cool running water and gently rub the skin for at least 10 seconds. Second, look at the stem. A fresh, properly stored banana has a firm green stem with no mold, no soft spots, and no dark liquid. If the stem is mushy, dark, or wet, put it back. That banana has been sitting too long, and the bacterial risk is elevated. These two steps take less than 30 seconds, and they dramatically reduce your exposure to everything we talked about in this video. Do not risk your health on grocery stores that cut corners with your safety. Subscribe now, and every week I will show you exactly what to avoid and what is actually safe. Your health is not negotiable, and neither is the truth.